Hi, this is Subramaniam Shankaran. Welcome back to my channel. Now, the Play ransomware is in news again. They have recently released a list of 14 organizations that have fell victim recently. Now, we had a lot of discussion about the ransomware. In fact, even my previous video is on the ransomware. Now, the ransomware works on the asymmetric key uh, encryption principles. Okay, so they encrypt your data, okay, all the online data with one of the key. The other key is something that they actually retain. Now, just to again have a glimpse of what we discussed in the last video, the ransomware, okay, initially was basically lock-it ransomware. They lock your workstation, and you pay them the ransom, and then the workstation gets released, and you can actually access it. The next one is they encrypt the complete data with one of the key. The other key is something the hacker is going to have. The key for the decryption is what the hacker has got. Now you have to pay him a ransom to get the key for decryption. Now there's no surety whether even after paying the ransom you will get the key. Now, if the organization has got a good preparation in place, in the sense like if they want to have a good backup, offline backup, they can restore the data from the offline backup, and the hacker who made the efforts to initially penetrate and to attack using the ransomware will not get his money. Okay. Now then the hackers resorted to what is actually called the double extortion ransomware, where they penetrate the network and first they exfiltrate the data, okay, and then they encrypt the data, okay, so that even if the organization has got a very good backup, they're going to restore it. Still, the data is already exfiltrated or extorted, okay, from the network, so they can sell it on the dark web. Okay. Now there are a lot of variants of the ransomware. Okay, the Ricida is also very popular now. I'll give you a video on Ricida ransomware as well. But this one is particularly on what is called the Play ransomware. Now, why it is actually called the Play ransomware? So when they noticed this Play ransomware, they were able to see that the files that are actually encrypted with the Play ransomware, they have an extension called the Play. So the Trend Microsystem, when they did the initial investigation, they found, okay, the encrypted files have an extension as a Play, so they named it as a Play ransomware. This was detected in 2022 initially, last year. Okay, now, the recently listed companies by this ransomware hacker group are Single Point Outsourcing, Thillins, Elston Nationwide, American Insulated Glass, Moore Company, Continental Shipping Lines, Sparex Retailer Web Services, by Ford Surtech Solutions, Edge Realty Partners, Lookalike and Real Estate Firm, Noble Mountain Tree Farm, Unitransfer, SC Hydraulic Engineering, Laptopia, OLA Consulting Engineers, Candelil Management. Okay, so 14, and in totality, these 14 companies are from US. They have recently released 17 basically, and the three remaining belongs to a different organization, a different country basically. When this Play ransomware was initially attacking the organizations, they were focusing on the Latin America. But again, there is no need for an organization to focus on a particular continent or a country. Wherever there's the money and they have an opportunity, they will extort it. In fact, on the contrary to the popular belief, there had been a cyber attack on a Chinese energy firm, okay, last week, okay, just very recently, in fact, okay. Now, whenever I discuss on the forums about the ransomware attacks, cyber attacks, etc., I have always noticed that people point their fingers to a specific country, but they're also attacked. Okay, nobody is spared with the hackers. When there's the money, why should I bother about where I'm getting from? Is what the thought process of the hackers. Yeah. And they resort to what is actually called as an intermittent encryption. Encryption does not come without a trade-off. When you're encrypting the data, and there is a performance issue. Now, after I penetrate, like normal thief, he penetrates a house. Okay, he breaks through the the controls and he gets onto the house, he needs to thief. He needs to rob things, steal things pretty quick so that he can leave early. Okay, now the hackers also, when they target an organization with a ransomware, they need to quickly encrypt, the possible hosts with the data so that they can say that okay, you have been hacked and give me the money. Now, if there's a 1 TB of data and I need to actually encrypt it, if it's going to take X hours, okay. Now, with intermittent encryption, it will take X by 2 hours. Okay, I'm just giving an example, just trying to say that it's going to be faster. So, intermittent encryption gives an advantage to the hackers. Okay, so they will not encrypt all the bytes. Okay, they will encrypt a particular block or a particular byte. Okay, and the player ransomware also. Okay, there's a fixed length between two blocks that it's actually going to encrypt. Okay, the advantage of intermittent encryption is the faster. Okay, the hackers can actually encrypt your infrastructure. Now, play ransomware is one of the ransomware, but there are other variants which are popular: Black Hat, Lockpile, Agenda, Evil Cop. So all these variants also use what is actually called as an intermittent encryption. Action plan or regular backups, preferably an offline backup. Okay, because if it's an online backup, when they're doing a net discovery, in fact, I have seen there are ransomwares that use the net command as a part of the shell on the Windows, okay, to identify the systems of the network. So if they find it and it's on the reach actually, if there's an online backup and they're able to discover that or IP address over the internal network, that will also get encrypted. So offline backups are always recommended. Offline backup, you need to encrypt it so that, okay, on the transit, when you're taking it to the offsite location, nobody's going to read the data. Okay, you encrypt it, you read the data. Hacker encrypts it, nobody reads the data. Okay, unless otherwise a double extortion ransomware. System updates and the patches ensure that your systems are always patched up to date. Patch Tuesday, we all know that. And the antivirus as and when there's a patch available. Employee education, okay. The social engineering attack, there could be thousands of technical controls, but administrative control, there's security awareness sessions for all the employees, and educating them not to install any application. They will not have local admin access anyway. Phishing emails, reporting to the help desk, blah blah blah. All these things they need to be trained on. Okay, trustworthy software use. Usually there is something called a security sign off before an application is provided as a part of the approved software list. Now, the security team will evaluate the application for the vulnerabilities and security, and if they're happy, okay, they will say that yeah, this becomes a part of the approved software list or application list. If not, then it should not be even allowed for a request. Okay, why I'm saying request? Because I assume that your environment will not have a local admin or domain admin access, and everything is vaulted on a PAM. Incident response plan, okay, security incident management, okay, security incidents response team, SIRT, okay, and computer emergency response team, blah blah, whatever it is. We need to have a team to manage the incidents, okay, the major incident, the problems related to security and IT, blah blah blah. Okay, but we need to have a team and they need to be trained. You should have policies, procedures on what to do. Everybody in the organization should know, okay, how to report an incident, okay, and what is the SLA and the complete process. The complete process need not be known to everybody in the organization, but at least the IT team and the service management team should be totally aware of it. Last one is cyber insurance, risk transfer. Okay, all these things that we had been discussing is the risk avoidance, where trustworthy software use. If you are not trusting the software, avoid it. You are avoiding the risk. Regular backup, system updates, employee education, all these things are risk mitigation. Okay, and the cyber insurance is actually a risk transfer. Okay, so we say ATMA, avoid, transfer, mitigate, and accept. Okay, and there's a video on my previous video on the ransomware. Okay, that also gives you a lot of insights about how can you prevent a ransomware attack, or how can you resiliate, okay, from a ransomware attack. You can also watch that. Okay, bye bye for now and stay secure. This is my previous video. Yeah. Thank you very much.